Food security is important to address with the disability population because of the comorbidities that they usually carry, which compounds other health conditions if healthy food, is not eaten. Transportation plays a huge part in the food insecurity circle. The lack of public transportation on St. Helena Island causes residents to walk to the local store, which is going to be a liquor store, a convenience store, or a barbershop, and that is their only access to food. Now, if you put on top of that a person with a disability who has mobility issues, they have to have help from a family member. The topography in this area is very jagged, and so the islands are cut off. St. Helena Island is over an hour away from the closest highway, and the two other islands past us are even farther.
The Nourishment Beyond the Plate program goes a step beyond just making sure that people have access to food. It is hitting right at the intersection of food justice, disability justice, and cultural competency. The catalyst for starting the Nourishment Beyond the Plate program started with looking at Kelly's Kitchen mission and vision statement for the organization, providing food justice and food equity for people, especially people with disabilities or an aging population. So when we're looking at this program, we're looking at both inclusivity and accessibility. Accessibility means that we're putting emphasis on making sure that the program, all the tools and resources that are available, can be utilized by people with multiple different disabilities. Focusing on inclusion makes sure that we're thinking about all of those other barriers that could be an issue for somebody to know how to cook, to be able to utilize their home kitchen, to be able to access resources like groceries or cooking supplies. And so that's where food justice and cultural competency comes into play. It's not just about the disability. It's about all the other factors that make it more difficult for somebody to work on that independent living skill. We applied to be a part of this cohort in an effort to bring our mission to life with residents in their local communities where they live and work and thrive.
We provide services for over 100 individuals, and some of them live on their own, some of them live with family. For the ones that live in the community, that live in faraway places like St. Helena, Seabrook, there is no grocery stores nearby. They eat frozen and pre-made meals because they don't have access to fresh food. When Kelly's Kitchen approached me, I was really excited. The more research I did and the more that I spoke to Kelly's Kitchen, it sounded like a great opportunity. They supplied everything, the meals, the cookware, and I thought this would be great for our individuals. The individuals that would benefit the most would be our male population. They've had family, mothers that have always cooked for them, and now with the people aging, no one's cooking for them, and they wind up eating pre-made foods, unhealthy foods, so they would benefit the most.
Nourishment Beyond the Plate sets itself apart from other programs because all of the equipment is provided and the participant gets to take it home.
So they're receiving a backpack with all of the ingredients they'll need to cook all of the one-pot recipes that are a part of this program. They get an induction stovetop that can be taken anywhere. It means that if their current kitchen is inaccessible to them, that they're able to put this on any surface and any room or area becomes their kitchen and accessible to them. It means that they're receiving the food ingredients, the fresh ingredients that maybe they can't afford or are not local and easy to access for them. And it also provides the instruction. And all of those different pieces can be found in other programs, in other opportunities. What we've done is brought it all together to make sure that anybody can participate in this program in whatever capacity they need to.
One idea that was thought of when we created this program was that because we live in hurricane country, if you are evacuating for a hurricane, you just throw your backpack on and you go to where there's power and you can cook for yourself or your family. And that is to me, that's a huge resource in this area.
Nourishment Beyond the Plate is a program that we very much hope will grow and make its way to different communities, different areas across the country. And that means being considerate of the community members that live in those areas that we're coming to. It is best practice when you go into a community not to tell them what you think they need, but to observe and listen and figure out what their dynamic is, what their cultural background is, and how to make sure that the program you're providing makes sense to them so that they want to participate and they want to build those skills.
The Low Country of South Carolina is a major hub for the Gullah Geechee Nation, which runs from Jacksonville, North Carolina to Jacksonville, Florida. Most Gullah Geechee residents live in the St. Helena area.
So cultural competency with this program is one of the most essential pieces. And that's why for Nourishment Beyond the Plate, here in the Low Country of South Carolina, we have included one of the 4 dishes we're making to be Gullah Geechee dirty rice by a Gullah chef, Emily Meggett, to make sure that we are acknowledging and celebrating a large portion of the population that lives in this area.
A lot of our individuals are not tech savvy. They don't know how to use a tablet or computer or even a smartphone. So getting them to look up something new, they need help with that.
All of our recipes that we provide to participants is very easily spelled out. So a lot of people tend to think of accessible cooking as accessibility for someone in a wheelchair or with mobility issues or somebody that has difficulty holding things or cutting things with their hands. But we know there are a lot of different disability types. So the way that we've even structured the recipe is very clear and very concise. It uses something called easy read and plain language. So every step is one step. Every step tells you exactly the information you need right then. And it starts from the point of turning on the induction stovetop and what temperature to potentially set it to. There are suggestions for making the recipe gluten-free. There are suggestions for making the recipe vegetarian, and there are suggestions for making the recipe vegan. And so that creates this opportunity for a lot of people to be able to participate and know how to make it relevant for them. A major factor of the Nourishment Beyond the Plate program is that there is a reliance on local community support and local organizations.
The partnership with the Culinary Institute of the South came about because I knew that we needed a South Carolina Department of Agriculture commercial kitchen for the food to be prepared in. And Jacqueline at the Institute and her students graciously agreed to individually package each of the ingredients for each participant for each class.
This program could easily be provided by Kelly's Kitchen as a one-time thing anywhere around the United States or its territories, but that wouldn't build sustainability. Partnering with local organizations creates that sustainability, provides the opportunity to figure out who is going to do some of the pieces that you can't always do from far away. Who's going to prepare the food, who's going to deliver the food, because that's the biggest component when we're talking about getting people the resources that they need. If you're given a fish, you eat for a day, and if you're taught how to fish, you eat for a lifetime. So it's that idea of building skills and not just providing someone with simply ingredients that you throw into a pot and then you have a dish.
Participants have already shared that they've cooked the meal again from what they learned in class. And I've had other individuals approach me wanting to join the class and wanting to Zoom. So it has been great.
This program has been created with everybody's transportation preferences in mind. So this program can be completed in person. We also have an online component where members of the community can still receive the backpack full of resources, and they can receive the ingredients and participate via Zoom.
A program like this requires good partners. For us, that's been the Culinary Institute of the South, who provided the ingredients separated for each participant, and Disability and Special Needs Beaufort that provided the facility.
Our clients have really enjoyed the cooking class, and they're really looking forward to doing it again.
The scalability of this program is endless. I believe that each community could start this with minimal funds, and it's easy to replicate. Not a lot of moving parts, but the impact is huge.
If an organization or community wants to bring Nourishment Beyond the Plate to their area, there are a bunch of different ways that Kelly's Kitchen can assist you with making that a reality. Visit our website at kellys-kitchen.org. This program is called Nourishment Beyond the Plate because we truly believe that education and support goes beyond simply providing food, and we hope that you join us in this endeavor.